Hello and welcome back to Gamers Remorse. Today we're checking out the indie game Zambies, the card game. Just give you a little bit more information. Plays from 5 to 20 minutes, which we actually found to be pretty accurate. 2 to 6 players, however the expansion makes it 2 to 8 players. Ages 12 and up. Moderate cartoon gore. There's a warning on there. Which I guess is accurate, but it is cartoon gore. There's also a word called, not called, but the boobs word is in there. There's a boob zombie, Zambi that you throw at each other. So overall, we actually really enjoyed it. It was kind of refreshingly simple and fairly straightforward in regards to gameplay. It reminded us a lot of Bang, the card game, if you ever played that, where you're shooting bullets at each other, except for it was simpler than that because Bang uses guns and distances, how far you can shoot. Zambies, you can throw Zambies at anyone. So it's this game where you're throwing zombies at each other. Once someone gets to 15 zombies, they're out and technically a dead player, but they keep playing and they'll keep moving zombies around. Perhaps for revenge or whatever. You also get defenses, so you can set up a wall or a pool or something like that, and that will hold so many Zambies, before they will get out of that pool and then, go into your pool, which is your basically your home base. Once you get to 15 Zambies in your home base, you're out. Sort of a thing. And so you're constantly killing zombies, tossing zombies at other players, playing zombies on another player. But we'll get into gameplay here in a second. Let's go ahead and check it out. This is Zambies, the card game. Let's go ahead and open up the box and check out what's inside. Of course, you have your rule booklet. You have, this didn't actually come in the box. This is an expansion you can get. I believe it's 18 card. Yep, 18 card expansion. Increases the number of players by 2. So that's interesting. Thin little packet. And then, of course, you have the cards. So let's go ahead and dump those out and see what's inside. Alright, so the game basically has, I think, 6 different types of cards. You have a defense card, where you play off to the left, which kind of shows that you have some sort of defense set up for your home base. Of course, it's a post-apocalyptic zombie game, so of course you need your defenses. Here you have a swimming pool. You have weapons, so these can either be played as a reaction when someone throws some zombies at you, or you can kill things off of your defenses or your pool. Let's say they make it to your actual home base, you can use weapons. This displays that it's a weapon up there, that upper left icon. Up there it shows the level of zombie you can kill, and then down here it's just flavor text. Sometimes it'll say can kill more than 1 zombie or something like that, and of course flavor art. So you have axe there. Of course, you have the Zambi, the dreaded Zambi. That is the value of the Zambi. So, for instance, this axe could kill this Zambi if someone played it on you. Also, very fun artwork there. You have Zambi Toss. So this is what I was talking about earlier, is that someone can take a Zambi either from their defense over here or their pool over here and then throw it at another player. This one actually allows you to do 1. Sometimes there's 2. So that's a different kind of card. Let's see. There's a reaction card. So let's say someone does play a Zambi on you. You can immediately play this, not as your turn, but as a reaction. And it tells you what you can do. So discard any Zambi with a value of 2 or less. So if someone played a Zambi on you, instead of playing this weapon, you could play a reaction to just immediately discard it. Alright, we have a level 2 Zambi here, so this is the boob Zambi I was talking about. Has the value up there, so it's a value 2. So before we have a value 1, there's a value 2. Here's another kind of defense card. So what's important about this one, we can compare and contrast, Here you have the original one. It's a value of 2, so you can hold up to 4 values of Zambies. Once you hit the 5th, this gets discarded. The rest of them go to your pool. This one does the same thing, but only a value of 2, but it has this icon up here. What this icon means is you can play modifications to it. There are modifications throughout the deck that allow you to put barbed wire on it, some chain link, something like that, and it adds to the defense value. This is 4 and done. It can never be modified. It just is what it is until it gets discarded. Zambi Toss, we already talked about that. Here's another defense one. Again, same thing. Adds to your defense if you want to do that. Here's a level 3 Zambi. This is a fat Zambi. Oh, Zamebi? Typo. That's a level 3. I believe they come in 4 different flavors. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think it's 4 or there's a 5. I don't remember. Here's a special Zambi. This is an exploder. The special Zambi icon's up there. It means, hey, there's something unique about this. Plus it's a level 1. You read down here, if playing on a defense, destroy that defense and any Zambi on that defense. This exploder and any Zambi played with it are discarded. So it's useful for destroying defenses, basically. And then allowing a bunch of Zambies to go in thereafter. Another reaction, we can ignore that. Okay, here's an interesting kind of weapon. Shotgun, kill all Zambies on a defense. So you can kill multiple with this, whereas this one was good for only 1. So that's that little asterisk, that's important. Alright, let's see if I can find something else that's unique. Okay, here we go. Here's a modification I was talking about. So you can use this to upgrade your defenses. However, they have to have a matching icon. So this has a horn up here. However, this one purely has a defense logo. So you can't add a horn modification to a defense logo. So let's keep looking. So this has the defense symbol. This has the defense symbol. So you could add this upgrade to this one, increasing the value of this defense by another 2, making it a 5 defense. So you can hold the value of 5 Zambies. So you would add a net. If broken by Zambies, take one of those Zambies and add it to your hand. So it has a little added bonus too. Okay, here we go. Here's a defense. It has the logo up there. And it says that it kills 5 Zambies when they reach here. After the 5th one has been reached, then you discard this with all the Zambies that are on at least 5 value. It has the horn up there, which means you can only add horn modifications to this. If you have a wood chipper here, it pretty much stays in place as it would a defense. You can only have 1 defense at a time. So you would keep this here, and then you can play modifications on it that also have that horn. So here we would add an oil slick to our wood chipper, increasing its value of kills by 1. So then it can hold 6 Zambies. Once you go over that, 6 value of those Zambies die, basically. Alright, so we talked about defenses, we talked about Zambies, we've talked about weapons, we've talked about reactions, and Zambi Toss. What haven't we talked about? We haven't talked about Survivors yet. Survivors are a bit of a unique card. The symbol up here means it's a utility card, similar to the Zambi Toss, where they can kill a value of 2 Zambi, and they can also get rid of a Zambi locker. We talked about a Zambi locker. So what is a Zambi locker? This basically you put in front of yourself when you play it, and anytime someone plays Zambies on you, they go into this locker. Then this locker moves to the next player, and it pretty much goes around the table until someone breaks it open. It's broken open by a survivor, which lets all of the Zambies out. And then all of the Zambies get spread amongst everyone on the table. So it's a way of slowing down the defense, but when someone breaks it open, it's kind of an immediate game ender. Unless, of course, you break it open fairly early. And you can play that Exploder card I showed you before, this guy on it, to kill the Zambi locker plus everyone inside. Alright, I believe that is basically the game. So on your turn, you have a hand of... You start the game with 3 cards. Let's say you have these 3 cards. And you can choose one of them to play, just as a regular card, or you can pass. And then you also get a bonus action of playing a modification card or a weapon. Of course, I don't have a weapon or a modification card, So I would pass. But at the beginning of your turn, you also draw a card. So maybe let's go ahead and get the table set up as it should be, shall we? Alright, so at the beginning of the game, each player is dealt 3 cards. 3 for my partner here, Leah, and then 3 for myself. Okay. First player looks at their cards. Let's see, I have a modification. I've got a Zambi that's a level 2. And I've got a Zambi toss. So as we talked about, Zambi tosses are only good if you have someone in your pool or on a defense. I have none of those. Modification is only good if you have a defense. I don't have a defense. And I have a Zambi, which I can always throw at another player. I'm going to hold on to it, though, because you're allowed to have a hand size of 5. And you can play as many Zambis as you want on your turn. So it makes sense to play multiple of these at once to double the damage. So what I would do, first things first, I have 3 cards to start the game. I'll go ahead and draw a card. If it gives me a defense, I'll play it. It's a weapon. So this is good for a reaction or clearing off your defenses. I'll go ahead and hold on to this, and I would pass. Leah's turn. She has Zambi toss, and a defense, but she gets to draw a card because it's the beginning of the game. Wow, that is 3 Zambi tosses. She's pretty good over long term, but for right now, she would probably play a defense just to get that out of there. So she plays that to the left of herself. And then it becomes my turn. Alright, returning back to me, I go ahead and draw a card. We have a reaction, so that's good when someone plays something on me. Let's go ahead and flip these up so we can recall what we have. I have a toss, a modification, a Zambi, a weapon, and a reaction. So none of these are really good to play. Really, the Siamese zombie would be the best one to play, but she already has a defense up, so it's immediately going to die. So I'm going to hold on to that. So it returns to Leah. Let's look at her cards again. Zambi toss, Zambi toss, Zambi toss. Let's go ahead and flip them our way so you don't have to flip your screen upside down. Alright, she goes ahead and flips over another card. Wow, 4 Zambi tosses. Okay, this is turning into the world's worst playthrough. Alright, so basically she doesn't need to do anything for now, so she would pass. Returns to my turn. I have 5 cards, so I'm going to have to play a card this turn. We go ahead and draw as the first action. Oh, reaction card, so that doesn't do us any good right now. So basically, we have 2 reactions. A Zambi toss, which requires Zambis in your fort. A defense, a modification, which requires a defense. A weapon, which requires Zambis to be thrown at you, and a Zambi. So we go ahead and throw a Zambi. It's either that or discard one of my cards. So we throw a Zambi, and it lands on her defense. Her defense is a value of 3, so she's able to hold that Siamese Zambi. Leah's turn. She draws a card. She draws a Zambi. Well, let's see. She could do a Zambi toss, which I think she will probably do based on what she has. So she'll choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, she's good. So she'll hold out. She's waiting for more Zambis to show up. She can throw them back my way. Actually, no. She has a defense of 3, so it would make sense to go ahead and toss this now. So she plays her Zambi toss card, tosses 1 Zambi. So she would throw this back at me. Of course, I don't have a defense up, so I get hit with the Zambi. So that's 2 in my pool, basically sitting at my home base right now, trying to claw their way in. That's no good for me. However, I have 2 reaction cards. So what do I want to do? Well, this would be discard a Zambi with a value 2 or less, and this says kill 1 Zambi just played. This is a value of 2. This lets me do any value. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the bunny. So I go ahead and discard the Siamese Zambi. That was my reaction, so I still get a turn. So I'll go ahead and draw a card, getting on my turn. I get another weapon. This lets me kill a value 1 Zambi. So does that one. So I think I will pass because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. So I'll pass. Goes back to Leah's turn. She draws a card, adds it to her hand. Boob Zambi. She'll put that with the other Zambi. And she has 5 cards, so she's good. She'll pass. Goes back to my turn. I'll draw a card. It's a weapon. This is a really good weapon. It can shoot any number of Zambis in a stack. On a defense specifically, so not in my pool. I don't have a defense, so I'm going to sit on that. That is 6 cards, so I'm going to have to discard a card. Well, I'm going to discard this modification because I don't have a defense. So we discard that, go down to 5. It becomes Leah's turn. She draws a card. Aha. That's some pretty big Zambies. So she is at 6. She has to play a card. She has no Zambies in her pool. So those Zambi tosses just sort of sit there. She will play all 3 of these Zambies on me. And this is really what makes the game work. You have all of these Zambies you're dropping on someone. Boom! And then it's a question of what can I do. I believe I can play any number of reaction cards, but I really only have the 1. I have several weapons, but I guess weapons can be played as reaction cards. Of course, this is useless because they're not on a defense. These can kill 2 level 1 Zambies, and this can kill 1 Zambi displaced. I'm going to play this reaction to go ahead and kill that zombie, because he's a level 3. And I'm going to play the axe to kill the level 1 Zambi. That leaves me with the boob Zambi, sadly. But it got me down to 3 cards. Okay, my turn. I draw a card. We get a defense. Hey, that's cool. So I'll go ahead and play this defense down. This is my Zambi. So what they say is you play your defenses to the left and your Zambies to the right. So I have a defense now of 4. So I played that one down. It becomes Leah's turn. Leah draws a boob Zambi. She's at 4 cards, so she's going to sit tight and pass. Comes my turn again. I get a boob Zambi. I'm actually going to play the Zambi toss. Toss 1 Zambi of any value from your defense or pool to another player. Well, I'm going to play the boob Zambi on her. It, of course, goes right on her defense and sits tight. Goes back to her turn. She draws a card. Survivor. Alright, so that can kill a Zambi of 2 or more, or open up a locker. She's going to sit on that one. Let's see. Toss 2, toss 2. You probably want to wait on those. Aha! Zambi toss of 1. So she's going to play that. Toss the boob Zambi back at me. It lands on my defense then. Okay. My turn. So draw a card. I get a level 1 Zambi. I'll sit tight on that as well, I think. And I think I'll go ahead and play this weapon. Actually, no, I'll sit tight on that, because that'll come in a crunch when I have multiple Zambies on me. So we'll sit tight on that. It becomes Leah's turn. She draws a level 1 Zambi. So she's at 5 cards. She's good. She passes. It becomes my turn. I draw a Zambi toss. I'll go ahead and play that Zambi toss. Tossing boob Zambi back on her defense. It becomes Leah's turn. You see how this can get a little bit repetitive, but it's kind of fun because there's this back and forth tit for tat thing. No pun on boob zombie. She draws a crawler. She has 6 cards, so she has to play something. She can either do one of her Zambi tosses, a survivor, or the 3 Zambis. You know what? She's going to hold off on that and be a jerk and try and dump like 5 on them. So I think she'll play the survivor. Remember how the survivor can kill up to a level 2. Boob Zambi happens to be a level 2. So we discard that. Alright, my turn. And I draw a Zambi. So that goes with my other Zambis. So I'm at 5 cards. I'm good for this round. I pass. Comes Leah's turn. She draws a card. It's another Zambi. And so she will play all of these Zambis on me. It's either that or discard one of the zombie tosses since she was at 6 cards. So she dumps all of those on me on my defenses. If I don't do anything, they will overrun my defense. Defense will get discarded and these will go in my pool. So there's something I have to do to discard this. I'll play this, which kills all the Zambis on my defense. See, that was perfect for saving for that. All of those go away. Okay, now it's my turn because that was purely a defensive move, or a reaction. I grab another zombie. So we're at 5 total cards, we're good, we pass. It becomes Leah's turn. She draws a 1 Zambi. Becomes my turn. A reaction. That's cool, except for I have 6 cards, so I have to play. I'll go ahead and play all of these on her. Well, that is 5 total, and it's a level 3 defense. Is there anything she can do? Not as a reaction. So, her defense goes away, but it takes 3 of the Zambis with them. So she'll take the 3 ones. It can be of her choice, so she could have chosen Food Zambi and one of the regulars. But those go away, and then of course your defense goes away. The reason it killed them is because of that skull. And it goes on and on and on like this until one of us ends up with 15 Zambies in our pool. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. Alright, so that was how to play Zambies, the card game. Overall, our opinion is we really liked it. It's refreshingly simple. It's fairly straightforward. There were some very humorous cards in here. Whether you're throwing a pipe bomb at several zombies coming at you. There's a stampede card, as if you were to break into a zoo and somehow train an elephant to stomp out zombies. And then, of course, the Zambies themselves are pretty funny. There's a gamer Zambi, you know, that has like headphones on and a little PS4 controller. It was very humorous. So we had fun with that. Plus, it was real short, so it would be a filler game. Downside is there's not a whole lot of strategy. Just like Bang, it's a lot dependent on what cards you draw. So if the other player's getting all of the toss Zambi cards, those are really powerful because you get to pick any 2 Zambies in your pool, toss them at another player, and they could go up, you know, if it were 2, they could go up by a total of 8 if they happen to get a horde of Zambies and another 4 level 1. The expansion actually comes with a 5 and a 7 level zombie. So imagine throwing a 5 and a 7 at someone else. I mean, that's pretty considerable. It would almost be an immediate out. The expansion does allow you to go up to 20 Zambies in your pool, but yeah, it just seemed a bit more random than a strategic game, but it's also a filler, and so luck is a little bit more allowed in those sorts of games. So overall, we really enjoyed it. You should definitely check this out. I believe it's still on the Game Crafter. Check it out, Zambies the card game. All right, thanks. Bye.